I'm just telling you this now because I've got the know-how, like the brown cow who says meow and hits the dow, just like y'all plow, and you call me on the phone on my own throne, where I get dome like I'm sitting on crone with my old cronies who spread their loam. And they're also known as my homies. And they ain't baloney. They just make that moany and moan like Disney's Mona, who are the real roamers, and the boners who fill up a tome just like they want some. 'Cause I'm from the River Lum with the humdrum and the plum, who's not a crumb. I'll still say, it's all good, bub, send it, blub. With the pum-pum-pum, the little boy in his drum, and I ain't dumb, just like the rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in the tub with soap and suds. And the HUD heads-up display, my name is Mud, just like the crud. And I'll still pull my pud, just like the cottage cheese made by Hood. And the Labrador, the abracadabra, with the llama in the Bahamas, with your mama, and the jamma in its pajamas, who rims and rams like Toucan Sam, who cramps to understand, and he plays in a band just like Give Me a Hand. I'm the real Denim Dan who takes the stand. And I've got to mend the sand just like I get a tan after I ran. And the boisterous oyster named Cloister, who lives in his cavern that is like a tavern, with RuneScape's the party Revern cape and the liver and onions, who take a turn for the worse just like they're bursting forth. And they drive a hearse. They get hurt when they do work, just like the lyrical expert who shirks the flirt and who twerks just like he goes berserk with the Dirt McGirt and the Cobain known as Kurt, who reaches into his purse and pulls out some words. But don't curse, I need a merce. Just like Fred Durst, And that's a first. Just like the boast from the host with the most, who raises a toast and roast from the left coast, just like a big old oaf who pinched a loaf with no hope but filled with dope, just like you can't cope. The Pope and soap on a rope are about to drop when it gets hot, with your father and your daughter and your mother and the otter, and they get torn asunder by the Hummer Bummer, even in the summer when you pick up your lumber. And I'm the runner who can't get any dumber, so call a plumber, because I am the pummeler who stumbles and mumbles, fumbles and tumbles, just like he ain't humble, but he is still the bumble. Just like we're in trouble, so break it down to the rubble and the stubble, and call in the Hubble, just like you muddle the huddle and the cuddle after you hit a puddle. With Dave d0r, a New Hampshire politician who ain't no decoy, but what is your next ploy? Is it eating Chips Ahoy? He's a boy toy who drinks the milk known as soy. With Harry Potter's Drake Malfoy, and he roils and toils like a boil who hit the coil. So don't foil the toil. Filled with oil, just like Mr. Doyle. And the hex I put on your Chex-Mix with a little Tex-Mex, and I cash more checks than you. I get more sex than you. And if you want to see who's next after you, I'll flex on you. Just like y'all shake a leg, but don't beg. When you drudge out your dregs with a wife named Meg, who you nag on the reg, and then drink a keg after you drive away, known as Seg. Just like the guinea pig who does a jig and she gets shot down by a MiG while carrying a sour known as Sig. And she loves to dig while she smokes a cig, and she gets torn apart at the legs. While being rather big and going on Jenny Craig. Just like the atomic particle known as the Higgs boson. I'm not flossing, but I'm bossing, just like I'm salad tossing from Oshkosh Bagosh, like the David Hasselhoff who was caught in a mosh and he ain't about to take a loss. Just like he cauterizes the solder with the Rottweiler and the prima donna who will make you holler for the dollar, and he's a scholar when it comes to the 6'4" Impala. And I'll name caller. Just like a dollop of Daisy. And here's the martyr. And the snail on a rail who eats kale and chases his tail like the whale who just got out of jail. He's out on bail. And he checked the mail and got hit by a flail while being rather frail, just like Chip and Dale. And like the Germans used to do a hail and eat your hay bale, just like you tell a tale. And if you're getting hit, I'm hitting on you and you're getting wailed.